This is chicken stock. Now, whether you call it stock or broth or bone broth, this is a recipe that you need in your arsenal. Whether you use it as a base of a soup or a sauce, or even if you just drink it for health benefits, this is the video for you. We're gonna go over two methods on how to make chicken stock. One's gonna be a little shorter, one's gonna be a little longer, and here's the best part. We're gonna do it without a formal recipe. Doesn't matter how much you're trying to make, it'll always come out perfect. Let's get to it. Chicken stock is very simple. It is bones, it is vegetables, and it is water. Now, the bones, when cooked, release the gelatin from the bones and the connective tissue, giving our final product just a smooth, silky, kind of give it some body, give it some oomph, and some intense flavor. The vegetables are gonna add a little flavor enhancing, gonna give a nice base flavor, and the water brings it all together. It's so simple. When this is done right, you're gonna end up with a stock that is dark, roasted, chickeny, delicious. Is chickeny a word? I don't know, but I'm gonna make it a word today. It's gonna be amazing. So let's get to making our first stock. So the first version of chicken stock we're gonna make today is our quick chicken stock. So we are going to skip the raw bones and we're gonna use a rotisserie chicken. What we're gonna do is you get the rotisserie chicken, you get it for $5 at Costco, go check them out. Then, you know what, we peeled off all the meat off there, we made your chicken salad or ate whatever you wanna do with the meat, and now we have the bones left. Do never throw away those bones. They should always go in a pot for this chicken stock. Now I'm gonna show you the perfect ratio for a stock. I want you to throw away any recipe you've ever seen that says chicken stock on it. I don't want you Googling it on how to make a recipe for a chicken stock. If you measure, I'm just gonna go crazy on you because this is so easy. And it's not a very exact science. We can kind of estimate because it's gonna cook for a long period of time. We're gonna get the flavor and the texture that we want, the gelatin, the collagen, we're gonna get all that stuff if you just follow this simple recipe and you don't even have to stress out about it. You're gonna take a pot, any size pot. This one, what is this? This is a 6-quart pot. I got this big 12-quart pot. It does not matter the size of the pot that you're working with. We're gonna fill your pot 50%, that's half by the way, for you people who are good at math, halfway with bones. We're doing chicken stock. What kind of bones are we putting in? Chicken bones. All right. Next, you're going to put 10% of mirepoix. Oh my goodness. Oh, French. Oh, now we're going back to French culinary school. What is a mirepoix? It is simply onions, celery, carrot. Easy. 2 times the onions. 1 time celery, 1 time carrot. Very simple ratio. You put your 10% of veggies in there. Then you fill the entire thing, the 100% up with water. Now, if you're doing the math, we have chicken stock, all right? You're gonna put it on the stove, you're gonna bring it up to a boil, reduce it to a simmer, and just let it go. Let it cook. At this point, if you want to get crazy, you wanna put in some parsley stems, you wanna put in a couple of black peppercorns, that's fine by me. It's very traditional to do so. I still don't know the flavor difference. But you know what? Hey, if Escoffier tells us we put peppercorns and parsley stems in our stock, well, it is going in there. So do what you want. You're not gonna hurt it. You don't need to add any other flavorings. Don't add garlic, not crazy vegetables, any of that. We're gonna keep this thing nice and neutral. That way you can use it for several things. I'm also later gonna teach you how to put this in vacuum seal bags and freeze it so you can use it for anything. Since we're using our rotisserie chicken, we're gonna go anywhere from 2 to 4 hours on the simmering. The longer you can let it go, the better, but anything after 4 hours, you don't really need it. It's done its job. The bones have already been kind of roasted, so you're gonna get this roasty kind of flavor. That 4 hours is maximum. The water evaporates. If you wanna add a little more water to top it off, go for it. It's not that big a deal. After your 4 hours, you're gonna put it through a fine mesh strainer, cool it, and then you're ready to package it up for storage. Like I said, if you buy one of these rotisserie chickens and you don't make chicken stock with it, what are you even doing with your life, okay? We're gonna stretch this $5 that we paid at Costco, we're gonna stretch it to like so many meals, it's gonna be awesome. Our first chicken stock that we did with the rotisserie chicken has been simmered, has been strained, has been cooled overnight, and is ready to be packed up. I wanted to show you this real quick. We're gonna vacuum seal these pouches so that they lay nice and flat in your freezer. They don't take up a ton of space, And that way, whenever you're ready to make some soup, you want to make a sauce that needs chicken stock, whatever recipe you have, you'll always have it ready to go. This is my WEVAC vacuum sealer. I wanted to show you guys how easy it is to use. First things first, you're going to write on the bag what it is, what's in it. It's chicken stock. Now, we need this to set up a little bit. So I like to use, like, this is one of my kids' popcorn buckets they got from a movie theater or something. Anything that your bag will sit into and open up and stay open. I'm going to put it into a container that'll hold its shape, and then we're just going to take our chicken stock and very carefully fill it up. We're going to fill about halfway. If you want to store a bigger portion, just get a bigger vacuum seal bag. And we are ready to seal it. Quick, and take a paper towel and go on the inside of your vacuum seal bag just to ensure there's no liquid, because if there's any moisture on there, it won't seal correctly. All right, so we're gonna open up the lid. You're gonna put your bag of chicken stock here in the chamber vacuum sealer very carefully. There's a bar right here. You wanna make sure that's pushed down. Close the lid, and it starts to vacuum seal. Take about 60 seconds. Open it up. And here is our sealed chicken stock. Just imagine that sitting in your freezer, just all nice and flat. You could stack these forever. You could store so much chicken stock, it's not even funny. Sealed, there we go. Oh no, dangerous. Hold your breath. Upside down, nice and sealed. Now for our longer chicken stock. And a spoiler alert, it's better, okay? It has more gelatin, it has more collagen, it has more flavor. It's better in every respect. It just takes a little bit longer. The active cooking time on this is very little. You just push it to the back of the stove, make your house smell like an awesome chicken broth. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. The procedure is the same as the previous one. We're just using raw chicken bones. So we take a whole chicken, we break it down, we have the rib cages, the wing tips, any other bones that you're not gonna use, boom, go into the stock pot. Remember our golden stock ratio, 50% bones, 10% mirepoix. Were you paying attention? You remember what mirepoix was? Okay, I hope so. There'll be a test later. And then we're gonna fill the rest of it up with water, 100% water. You're gonna bring it up to a boil, reduce it to a simmer, but this one we're gonna go from 6 to 8 hours. Let it just simmer in the back. Don't even worry about it. Again, the parsley stems and the peppercorn, if escoffier is coming over, but 6 to 8 hours, top it off with water as it reduces, and you are on your way to some delicious chicken stock. The true way to evaluate a good stock is what happens when it's cold. Is it congealed? Does it have some body to it? Or is it very thin and watery? So here are our two chicken stocks. This is the one we did for the 8 hours with the raw bones, and this is the rotisserie one. So you can see that the rotisserie one just doesn't have that thickness to it. It's pretty watery. The flavor is still really good. The smell is great. Everything is great about it. It doesn't have that high collagen gelatin reaction to it. Conversely, we have our one that's cooked for 8 hours, and it really, you can tell as it comes off that back of the spoon, like look at that. It almost coats the back of a spoon in its cold state. So I mean, this is thick. This has all the gelatin in it. This has all the good stuff and the great flavor. So a big shocker here, the one that had cooked longer and made the old way tastes so much better. And hey, if you got time, go the extra mile. Thank you for coming with me. I'm gonna take my warm bone broth and a little bit of salt in there and just have a good time. So good. All right, see you on the next one.